It's great to have you at our Behind the Badge session. Cheers from Vienna. Nice to see you in Helsinki. We talked about the weather before, but let's talk about ISS and the company you work with, and what's your role at this company?
Okay. I work for ISS Finland. It's part of the multinational company. ISS Finland, we have around 8,000 employees, and we provide 5 main services here in Finland: cleaning, building maintenance, technical services, restaurants, and security.
Okay.
And ISS Finland, as I said, is a part of international company, and ISS Group is present in more than 30 countries. We have around 320,000 employees around the world, and we mostly provide the 5 services internationally, which I mentioned already, as our main services.
Okay.
And my role in ISS Finland is I work as a head of automation technologies at the moment. What it means is that I'm the team lead for automation technologies team, and we provide integration solutions, data and analytics solutions, RPA solutions, process automation, AI solutions. Of course, today
Of
everybody
course.
provides AI solutions. And then like a special service in our team is new commercial opportunities. And that doesn't mean that we create software or IT solutions to be sold, but if we face a customer need that cannot be fulfilled with our existing portfolio, then
Yeah.
my team will help our business to find the right solution for that customer.
Okay. But how important is digitization and IT for the core business of ISS?
Well, it is really, really important, of course, because, well, as you can hear from the services which I mentioned, they are all quite low margin businesses.
Yeah.
So it is really, really important to have like really lean processes, really lean, like you don't want to have too complex manual processes to support the business.
Yeah.
So it is crucial to have the automation and the digital processes in place, especially in a low margin business like
Of course.
ours.
So you stay competitive because you automate.
Well, I think that's one part of that. That's not like everything. Of course, you need to like we I would say ISS relies on quality a lot
Okay.
of the quality. It's not just the cheap price, and of course we try to serve quality services with a good price. But I think it's a combination, because when you have lean processes and you don't spend too much effort into running the back office and all your processes, you can actually provide better service,
Mhm.
and that frees up the time to do your job better. So I think it feeds our success, but it's not everything.
Okay. Um, when you started at ISS, you found a very fragmented IT landscape.
Oh yeah.
How did that affect the business, and what kind of risks were in this fragmented landscape, this fragmented
well
architecture?
well at the time there were no I feel like at the time there were no big risks, because the organization had been structured so that it could support the fragmented IT landscape.
Okay.
But of course, you need to have like how would you say it? It's like you need to have double you need to double the people. You need to have multiple people working on the same things, because
Mhm.
you have systems for the same purpose. You have multiple systems for the same purpose. So
Okay.
you need to do more admin work. And of course, I wouldn't say it's a risk, but it makes it really, really difficult to analyze your work if you have a fragmented IT landscape like we had in 2010, 2011. Of course, we didn't have as many systems as
Yeah.
we have today, but those, like, I don't know, I think we had like 10 core systems at that
Okay.
time, something around that, but those were not connected in any way, and we did not collect any of the data to be analyzed into one place. So I feel like we didn't have a view to the business from data perspective at that
Okay.
time. I,
Okay.
it You can view it as a risk, but at that time, I don't feel it was a risk. But if you would work like that today, I would say it's a big risk. You will fall behind.
Mhm. Well, maybe you can describe the journey from this fragmented landscape to a integrated, harmonized, and more standardized IT architecture you have right now.
Can you repeat the question? I
Uh,
didn't hear the beginning.
what was the journey to a more integrated and harmonized IT landscape? How did you travel this way?
Yeah, I have to admit that in the beginning, uh, uh, I I didn't have a vision. I didn't really know what was the actual situation, but I started from like I had a really, really specific view. I used to work for ISS in a call center.
Mhm.
So I viewed ISS from this really like a small, narrow perspective. And how it all started is that I wanted to automate and integrate the systems that were used in the call center.
Okay.
And then um, when that was successful, then I had the opportunity to be a part of a bigger project which aimed to um, consolidate multiple systems across ISS Finland, not just in the call center. And yeah, it was quite a journey. I would say it took around 10 years
Okay.
of experimentation with different solutions, and in the core was uh, integrations, and friends were a big part of supporting that journey. But
Okay.
in the core, I would say were actually it's a it's an organizational culture. You need to actually train people. You need to show them the value of this and really sell the project to everyone, from
Mhm.
the leadership team to the frontline workers. And how we did that was actually so that we tried multiple ERP solutions.
Okay.
And by ERP, I mean a solution. In our case, it was a solution that takes care everything from customer order to actually doing the work, uh, putting into material, timestamps, our approval, invoicing, pricing, and payroll pre-processing. And we tried two products that were off the shelf, and we realized that okay, we can take these products off the shelf, but they don't really serve us good
Yeah.
enough.
Yeah.
So it, it it felt like we would have just used a digital solution and not get the most benefit out of it. So we decided to develop our own solution for that. And it's
Okay.
not really common today to do such thing, but I think after 10 years of trying to get off the shelf products working, you face a situation where you're just, okay, maybe we can try this next, because it's not like you have to put so much resources, time, and money into trying out the off the shelf products as well. So why not put the same money into building a system by yourself? Of course, you need different type of expertise to
Okay.
achieve that,
Okay.
and and the the ERP was the core. But then, if we're talking about integrations and data platform, that's what really actually, that's like the, how could I describe it? It's like the ERP is the heart, and then
Yeah.
integrations are the veins that make the blood flow into different parts of the body.
Mhm.
So one cannot work without other.
Okay.
And with friends, we like, I've been a part of these ERP projects before, where we tried to use the integration capabilities of those off the shelf products, and oftentimes we realized that they have quite a lot of restrictions. These, I'm not mentioning like products or anything, but in general off the shelf ERP systems, and if you try to use them as integration platforms as well,
Yeah.
will face some challenges, and that's what we faced when we tried to do that. But when we did the custom ERP solution by ourselves and used integration platform connecting all the different surrounding solutions and
Yeah.
their processes to the ERP, we were really successful with friends.
Okay.
And well, nothing in this type of huge project, nothing goes perfectly. But
Yeah.
what was really delightful was that every time when we faced a problem, we could quite fast solve it together. Like, it's the, I don't know how to
So,
properly
so-
explain it, but I really like the idea that you have a direction where you start to go,
yeah.
and then you just need to like solve all the problems that you face on the way. And we were able to do that really, really well.
Yeah. So, sounds like a real partnership.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. Um, Building a custom ERP solution has the risk of building the legacy of the future. So, is friends part of your strategy to avoid this risk?
Building legacy of the future.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if you can 100%. I'm not familiar, like an expert with this idea of the legacy of the future, but I think every solution will get old and will be legacy at some point
Yeah.
if you don't like develop and renew it with a really, really fast pace.
Okay.
I think like you need to almost rebuild it like over time.
Mhm.
And if we're talking about the ERP solution, we are actually doing that. So we didn't just build an ERP and then just let it sit, but we are actually putting a lot of time and thought into keeping it not legacy.
I
And
understand. Yeah.
And of course, when you do that and when you connect new capabilities to your solution, you need integrations and you need data flows and processes, and especially process automation. And Friends is part of that, of course. And um, I have to tell you, it's actually, we have been doing a lot of upskilling of the people in our organization. Um, and Friends has actually been a big part in that, because it's a low code platform. So it is, how can you say, it's easier to upskill people to use low code platform than to teach them how to code. So in that sense, Friends has been actually a big part of us avoiding the building legacy of the future, because we have been able to get people from our support functions and from
Mhm.
our business to join us in IT and actually do some development work using the Friends platform, because uh, you have to, like, how can you say, like, you cannot be delusional. You will not teach someone to do like a really good programming in 6 months if that person is, let's say, professional in finance. But
Of course.
you might be able to upskill that person to do some low code solutions in 6 months or even less. And
Okay.
that's where I feel like Friends has really helped us to avoid us building the legacy of the future.
Uh-huh.
Because, yeah, just ask. I'm
Yeah.
babbling here.
How do you uh, manage and adapt the cooperation between business and IT? How did this change, and what was important to make this a positive change?
Well, it it was not magic how we made the change. We actually, it was really simple. During the ERP project, we had a lot of people from support functions and business in the project,
Mhm.
and that made it possible for us to show what is possible with these tools, and that was how we sold the idea to them. So
Okay.
no PowerPoint, just show them what is possible with these tools. And of course, not everybody gets excited about that, but we were able to find the right people within the project. And then some of those people have actually joined our IT team after that, because they wanted to like dive deeper into creating automation with Friends and other tools that we are using.
Okay.
So it
Uh,
was like just showing what's possible, and that did the selling by itself.
mhm. Sami, what are the most important trends and developments you see in automation? What are the topics CIOs and IT executives should be aware of?
Well, um, I know that Gen AI starts to be a little like overused, but little. But I feel like um, we have been surfing on the hype for a couple of years, and that's what always happens when you have new technologies. But I really believe that Gen AI will change how we develop solutions.
Mhm.
And I don't know if you are familiar with the vibe coding.
Mhm.
Andrei Karpathy is talking about this. And there are actually people in our organization who are not programmers, and they have been able to create simple software by using vibe coding. And I've seen them and I've tried it myself. So I do believe in it, and I do believe that we will create a lot more software. And like, I believe that many companies that are not doing programming and software development today should be and will be doing
Will
it
be.
in the
Mhm.
future,
Mhm.
because it is getting much easier. It's not just like you say create an ERP and the AI will create an ERP, but you can ask it to create some business logic. You can ask it to create a user interface and this sort of stuff, and it's getting pretty good. So I believe that companies will create more of their own software in the future.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, every company is becoming a part of a software development company. I think in this digital age, even our small companies is developing its own software. So it's interesting times for software developers, and
Yeah.
I think it's kind of a democratization of software skills.
Yeah.
But Sami, what will be the next steps in your partnership with friends? What are the next developments you're going through with this partner?
Well, we really want to upskill more people and
Mhm.
expand the coverage, like who are using the platform within ISS Finland.
Okay.
That's like what we really want to do, because we see that people with no programming skills are able to create processes and automation using the platform. So we want to onboard more people, business minded people into the platform.
Okay. Uh,
That's the next step.
okay. But it sounds like an exciting journey you had
Yes.
during the last years. Looking forward to meet you at the CEO summits in September. Thank you very much for the interview, and I say hi from Vienna. Bye
Thank you,
bye.
Michael.
Ciao.
Bye.